Issue 55, Stormbringer magazine, the Domicile Shell. A really impressive piece of terrain. Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're going to be doing issue 55 of our continuing series of Hachette Collection's Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine. Now this magazine comes with the Domicile Shell, and it talks about the 10 paradises which are a part of the realm of Hysh. So the 10 paradises are basically kind of where the elves come from, but they're symmetrical and ordered, so they're each mirroring one another, and the whole thing is laid out in a symmetrical pattern. So again, literally the embodiment of order. You also have twin gods, Tyrion and Teclis, who basically are trying to rescue the souls of the elves from, or the elves I should say, from the chaos god Slaanesh. Now, at one point, they captured Slaanesh after a bit of aid in association with Sigmar, and they're currently trying to torture and recover all the souls of their lost brothers and sisters from Slaanesh, and they would be the leaders of the Lumineth. The Lumineth, of course, are the souls that they managed to free. So a nice little bit of intro here into them. You have some more aspects here about Hysh and how it is to walk in paradise. You have another little booklet on the perils of the warp here, and it talks about the terrible wastes, again, in a kind of a student master kind of aspect, which is quite nice. And it talks about the fragile refuge in the eternal hunt. You have here the Domicile Shell, which is interesting because as Sigmar retakes the mortal realms, they're obviously building cities and trying to kind of establish an aspect of order. And what this terrain piece is the start of one of those buildings. So they're kind of both shelters and strongholds for the people. So it gives you some little aspects here. It talks about the Khaedron collection and the names and kind of different characteristics you're going to have for the Khaedron overlords, because you'll be getting more of them soon. You have the how to build, how to paint guide for the Domicile Shell. You have some details on the tree revenants. You have here the battle, the spite revenants as well, and you have the battle plan is called Forged in War Arcane Calamity. So this is the actual terrain piece you get, and it's actually quite an impressive one. I was really impressed with this because it has, you can see here, there's all the kind of scaffolding that helps you kind of, that would help the craftsman build it. So as you can see, there's a pillar being brought up here, you have support structures, you have lots of ropes, cool little things like, say, buckets here. So I'm just going to zoom in, and for something that's a terrain piece and, you know, is often forgotten about by, say, people who are too busy painting tons of armies, there's lots of really cool little details here. I mean, you have a window down here, which is obviously set to go up there. You have the bucket that I was pointing out, but you also have all the craftsman's tools here. So you have the bricks, the bricklaying, you have, I'll just see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You have the bricks that you're going to be laying down. You have the actual scraper, the hammer, a normal little brick, some of the kind of the cement that goes in between the blocks. You have a rope pulley. You have the actual door as well, and just really cool little things. Even here on the side now, you have another little pulley system being brought up to kind of bring up the wall. And here on the back, of course, they haven't spared any of the detail here, but it is naturally enough kind of an outward looking thing. So all the cool little additions are here in the front. And the other cool thing is, if you don't want to add the little bits and pieces, you don't have to. So, you know, with a bit of creativity, you could buy several of these actual terrain pieces and dot them around the place. So even if you made another one, you could have a kind of a hollow square, which could serve as a kind of a rudimentary base for any of your characters, or even as a kind of an interesting objective point that a hastily constructed city, that people fled the hastily constructed city but left something of value behind that you have to kind of go in and search and get. But again, a really cool little terrain piece. It took a bit of time now to paint and make and kind of cover. There's a lot of detail here which kind of surprised me. So it's a bigger time sink than you would imagine, but nevertheless quite nice. It's a lovely addition to the tabletop and kind of gives a real characteristic to your games. So, as always, that was issue 55 of the magazine series. If you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, good luck, God bless, and stay safe.